to the charge of providing false information or false ID.
All right, and to that, I will enter a not guilty plea on her behalf. And I'll enter a $0 personal bond. And Ms. Gray, there's no offer on this case. Typically, the city attorney wants to see and talk to the officer to get his version of events or her version of events, whoever that might be, and then proceed and then the bill offer at that time. So you can either do one of two things. You can plead straight up to the crime right now, which I'm sure your lawyer will vehemently object to you doing so. But again, like I said, it is your right. This is your case. And I'll fine you $240. You'll get a crime of theft or dishonesty on your record. And then it'll be a misdemeanor. Or you can just come back on June 21st and we'll see how it goes on that day. All right. What do you want to do?
Come back.
I thought you would. All right, now, June 21st, 2022, 9 a.m. Please be there, all right? Via Zoom.
Okay.
Good
Any
luck.
questions, Kim?
No, thank you.
All right, have a great day. Do you like the Chanel? Do you like the Chanel product?
Some of them are cute, just not affordable for me.
Oh, no, not affordable for me either. And I imagine a lot of other people, my father always used to say, though, people buy what they want and beg for what they need. So I hope those people that are going into that store aren't just buying what they want and begging for what they need. I hope they actually got the deep pockets they can afford a $4,000 bag, and good for them. But me, I'm gonna stay away from that store.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'll see you back June 21st.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day now.
You too.
All right. Lewis,
Yes, I'm here.
is that Tanja Lewis?
It's Tanya. The J is silent. It's Tanya Latrice Lewis.
Tanya Latrice Lewis. All right.
Mhm.
Well, yours is you got Lewis. Yours is almost as bad as Landis. That's not funny.
It's not, but it's the way you said it.
I'm just being honest with you. So I was putting this Landers at the end because it was so. Let me stop. This is the city of Detroit versus Deshandra Arell Landers. Did I get that right, ma'am?
No. It's the
Okay,
Trina
I didn't hear you.
DeSandra.
Got your phone, but you must say that.
It's the Trina DeSandra Ariel Landers.
Ariel, okay. I'm sorry about messing your name up. Mr. Green, half hour, 45 minutes late, huh? All right. Let's go through this. Let me ask you this, how old are you, ma'am?
I'm 35.
No.
Oh,
Miss
Miss Landers. Okay, I'm sorry.
28.
You don't have to wear your mask if you don't want to. I gotta wear my mask because I'm here in the building.
Yeah, I'm just so used to wearing it, so, but.
I am too. All right. All right, case numbers. Well, let me see something first. The ones that are in that were had during the pandemic, I'm going to set aside the defaults for your clients, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm adding some more to hers. I'm sorry. She don't need any more added to it. All right. This is the city of Detroit. I already said that. This is case number strike that, SP 1026730, counts 1 and counts 2.
Rudy Sarah, P357.
We got a long way to go, Mr. Sir.
Oh, sorry, Judge. Oh. See, my docket shows 3 items, but the offer shows, indeed, it does show others.
SP 1044750, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1086070, counts 1 and counts 2. And counts 3. SP 1086078, these are in default. I'm going to set these defaults aside. SP 1086080, counts 1, 2, and 3.
The offer I'm looking at says that number 1 is closed, Your Honor. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says.
204-13713, counts 1, 2, and 3. I'm trying to make this a one-stop shop for you, ma'am, so that you can understand everything that you have, and that you will be able to start working on this stuff. All right, let's also call SP 1223254, counts 1, 2, and 3. Appearance for the record, please.
Rudy Sarah, P35720, on behalf of Ms. Landers. Ms. Landers, would you introduce yourself to the judge, please?
Can't hear you, ma'am.
Katrina Landers.
All right. So obviously, there's some work that needs to be done. And I'm willing to work with you as best I can, Ms. Landers, because what I've set out, what our goal is in this courtroom is try to see that everybody has a valid driver's license and for it to be fair and reasonable. Obviously.
Hey, honey, I'm working. I just got the job. I'm so sorry.
Obviously, you've been a little unreasonable in, at least the allegations suggest, let me say that you've been a little unreasonable in handling your affairs as it relates to coming to court, as it relates to driving and the like. I don't have, well, let's arrange first then.
I would ask that we waive for any formal reading and enter not guilty pleas on the criminal charges and pleas if not responsible on any outstanding civil infractions.
Okay. and I'll enter not guilty pleas, and I'll give Ms. Landers this time $0 bond. And I say this time, ma'am, because you showed a propensity to not appear to court. Bond is, that's the major component of bond. And it shows that on the two major components of bond, among other things, are your, and this is a little legal lesson for you, your ability to show up and return to the court on your scheduled court dates, and your ability or the likelihood that you will go out in the community and reoffend. Based on what I see here in front of me, the likelihood of you reoffending is very great. But to your credit, I think that I see you in the passenger seat of a vehicle right now. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'm at work and I'm also in a coworker's car.
So that right there tells me that maybe you may be getting it. Like, I'm not driving anymore, Judge, and you're showing me in the passenger seat. So that's a major component. And then the other major component is, are you going to show back up to court? So after having that little conversation, I'm gonna hurry up and try to get you back to work. I don't have an offer for you on all of this, and it's gonna take somebody a lot of time to dissect this. But how many other jurisdictions do you have tickets in, ma'am?
Just this one, and then I have just one in Dearborn.
All right, so
The one in Dearborn is very old.
that's not good to say, though.
It's not, but at the time I was.
For there either. But all right, but let's do this. We'll put the past. I'm putting the past in the past for now by giving you the $0 bond, and let's move forward, right? And the fact that you're here now tells me you want to move forward, so that's a good thing. And you're in the passenger seat of the vehicle, so I find a good cause to give your client a $0 bond based on that.
Thank you, Judge.
Now, I'm going to be able to try and expedite these things. I have a pretrial date here for your client on June 21st, 2022, but that's some months out. I want your client to be able to go get a driver's license. So I would like to have her back in the next week or so. What's your work schedule like, ma'am?
I work every day from either 1 to 9. By me being a nurse, I kind of like just pull hours, but they will work around my schedule as well. So 1 to 9.
You can come in, next court date will be in the morning. You can come in the morning on any day?
Oh yes, that will actually be perfect.
All right, and now she tells me she's a nurse, so I know she's making some money now. So you're gonna have to save
like
up.
my dad when you said that.
Yes, because it's all, that's part of that's another major component in this whole thing, is money. Okay, so why don't we see if we can get her an offer? Why don't I put this matter aside? Mr. Goss, are you here? All right, I'm gonna do this. Mr. Goss, are you here? I know based on the nature of it, it's going to show somebody not.
Oh, I'm sorry, maybe that's me.
Oh, it's going to show. He's going to say, take the defensive driving course. Let me get him online. I would like to get you some kind of thing so you have something to do between now and the next court date. Let me pass it momentarily, and I'm trying to hurry up and get you back to work, but let me pass it momentarily so I can get you something that you can do in order to advance your case. Good afternoon, Ms. Cox.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm sorry for barging in. I didn't realize my microphone was on.
No problem, Ms. Cox. All right, can you raise your hand? Can you raise your right hand, Ms. Cox?
Yep. Yes.
Can you state your name for the record?
Maria Cox.
All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly, accurately, and impartially interpret in the manner now before the court and not divulge confidential communications, so help you God?
I do.
And do you promise or affirm to, do you swear or affirm to interpret from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. First of all, I need a lesson in Spanish, Ms. Cox, if you would.
All right.
How do I say, do you need an interpreter?
Necesita un intérprete. Necesita. That's do you need. N-E.
So it's very simple.
Yeah. Necesita.
Necessita.
Necesita.
And
N-E.
U-N, because that's the masculine form, right?
Necesita is do you need, so that is a verb and it doesn't have the conjugation, doesn't need an either female or male. So necesita intérprete, you can omit the noun an interpreter, you can just say need interpreter. So that would be very easy. Necesita intérprete. And the word for interpreter is basically the same in English and Spanish.
All right, so the necesita is just as necessary, right? Or a necessity.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yep.
Very, very good. Necesita un interpreter.
Yes, perfect, Your Honor.
Now, did I say the interpreter right? Do I just say interpreter?
Intérprete, yeah, it is.
Interpreter.
You said intérprete.
Okay. Interprete, yeah, because ER is A, right?
Uh-huh.
Barrier. Interprete. Necesita interprete. All right, we have Mr. Ramirez on the line. I don't know if we have an offer for him. Let's call the case.
Señor Ramírez, ¿me oye?
Sí,
Okay, he answered yes. There he is. Yo soy la intérprete de hoy, ¿me entiende?
sí,
Okay, he said he understood me, Your Honor.
Very good. This is the city of Detroit versus Guillermo Ramirez, case number SP124-06161. Appearance for the record, please.
Ese es el caso del Estado contra Guillermo Ramírez, SP 1240616. Por favor, preséntense los abogados.
Rudy Serra, P35720 for Mr. Ramirez.
El abogado Serra se presentó y dio el número de su licencia 435720, representando al señor Ramírez.
So I said the name wrong, didn't I? It should be Araya Ramirez Guillermo, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Guillermo Herrera Ramirez. That is what it shows on my request.
And I don't pronounce the H, right?
Yeah, it is silent.
So Araya Ramirez Guillermo, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Guillermo is his first name.
Say the first name, pronounce it for me, please.
Guillermo.
Guillermo. Now, where do I get the G from? The E?
It's the GI in the first name, Judge, Gee. The I is pronounced.
Oh, no, okay,
When it has the U, it's pronounced like a hard G.
Right.
Without it, it's like a soft G or J sound. So,
all right, very good. All right, sir, sir, are you a United States citizen, sir?
señor Herrera Ramírez, ¿usted es ciudadano americano?
No.
No.
All right, sir, you got this ticket in Southwest Detroit. I can have, let's arrange, the client.
Señor Herrera, le dieron este etiquete en la parte suroeste de Detroit. Quiero que, dijo que creo que lo van a juramentar.
For purposes of arraignment, I would waive any formal reading and request that a not guilty plea be entered on the charge of driving without acquiring a license.
Por el propósito de ponerle los cargos, yo pido que se quede en silencio y que por el propósito de poner los cargos.
Judge, there is an offer. Would you care to have me explain that here, or would you prefer to break out?
No, I'm just gonna have Mr. Guillermo. Mr. Guillermo, go ahead.
Señor Guillermo, hay una oferta. El abogado le preguntó al juez si quería que se lo explicara ahora o en un cuarto privado.
Ahora está bien.
He says, right now is fine.
No, I'm just gonna have Mr. Guillermo come back on Wednesday and April 13th at 8:30 a.m. He got this ticket out of Southwest Detroit. He is gonna be on my community court docket for that morning.
Ok, lo que dijo el juez es que quiere que usted se presente otra vez en la corte el miércoles 13 de abril a las, que es esta semana, dentro de 2 días a las 8:30 de la mañana, porque hay una corte que se llama Corte de la Comunidad y él quiere que usted se presente para esa corte.
Okay.
So I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and I'm going to enter a $0 personal bond, and I'll see you back on Wednesday morning, April 13th at 8:30 a.m., sir.
Entonces, él va a aceptar o va a poner en las actas una declaración para usted de no culpable y lo vuelve a ver dentro de 2 días, el 13 de abril a las 8:30 de la mañana. Y de fianza, le va a poner una fianza que con $0 no tiene que pagar.
With your permission, Your Honor, I'd like to make a short statement to the defendant.
Si me da permiso, su abogado quiere decirle algo.
Sí.
Mr. Ramirez, I am not an immigration lawyer.
Señor Ramírez, yo no soy abogado de inmigración.
When you come back for your next court date,
Cuando usted regrese para su próxima audiencia en 2 días,
you need to volunteer to the attorney that you are not a U.S. citizen and make sure that that attorney, whoever it is, can give you appropriate advice about that.
usted necesita decirle voluntariamente al abogado que va a estar ahí ese día representándolo, que usted no es ciudadano americano, para que él entonces les dé los consejos o lo que él considera apropiado decirle a usted.
It may
ese
be
día.
necessary to have an immigration attorney assigned, and I believe the system now allows that.
Tal vez sería conveniente que el sistema le proporcione a usted un abogado que tenga conocimientos de inmigración y este señor Serra, que su abogado dice que él cree que el sistema ahora permite hacer eso.
That's all, Judge.
Eso es todo, su señoría.
And for purposes of arraignment, I want to tell you that the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. And if you're not a United States citizen, conviction for a misdemeanor offense can potentially implicate immigration issues.
Yo le quiero decir nada más con el propósito de la lectura de cargos, que la sentencia máxima para el cargo en su contra podría ser 93 días de cárcel, $500 de multa, y como no es ciudadano americano, tal vez hasta podría tener consecuencias con respecto a inmigración.
Okay.
I'll see you back on, if you don't have any questions, you have any questions, sir?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
¿Tendré intérprete en la corte?
Will I have an interpreter that on the court that day?
Yes, there'll be one here, possibly Miss Cox or somebody else, I don't know.
Sí,
Yes.
sí va a haber alguien, tal vez sea yo o otra persona, pero sí habrá un intérprete.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you so much.
Let me get a good phone number for you, sir.
Señor, el juez quiere que le dé un teléfono donde se pueda comunicar con usted.
Es 313
313
231
231
3220.
3220
Sí.
3220.
All right. Very well. I'll see you back on the morning of April 13th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
Entonces nos vemos la mañana del 13 de abril, dentro de 2 días, a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day, sir.
Que pase buen día, señor Ramírez. Buena suerte. Herrera Ramírez, buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, Mr.
Your
Cox,
Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Cox. I appreciate
Okay.
you being able to spur the moment.
Okay,
And,
thank you.
Everybody else.
Thank you so much.
All right, he's free to leave.
Thank you.
You're free to leave, Mr. Ramirez. All right, we have, all right, Ms. Landers, I got the city attorney here, and he's gonna just take a look at your file and see if we can get you some, start. And I'm gonna have him look at, Ms. Lewis's file as well. I know, we've already had that discussion. I think she knows it now. And Ms. Lewis is gonna start coming to court as well. Oh. And then Mr. Green, I see you there. We will get with you as soon as possible. All right. Let's call. Yeah, I'm gonna call it now. This is the city of Detroit. It doesn't appear that Ms. Lewis has a problem. Well, I won't say that. This is the city of Detroit versus Tanya Latrice Lewis. Did I get that right?
Yes.
All right. Case numbers SP 12352, count 2 and 3. Case number SP 1235221. Case number SP 1235225. SP 1244443 counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1257194 counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1257196 counts 1, 2, and 3. These are in warrant status 1141899931 and 11551461. Appearance for the record, please. Counselor?
Unmute Mr.
You're on
Sarah.
mute.
You're on mute, Mr. Sarah.
Sorry about that. The dog started going. Rudy Sarah, P 35720 on behalf of Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lewis, would you introduce yourself to the judge, please?
Yes, my name is Tanya Latrice Lewis.
All right, where is that? I ruined that big smile that you had when you
No,
first
it's
came.
still there.
Yeah, all right. No, it wasn't there. No, it wasn't. You heard me talk to Miss Landers, and Miss Landers, where is that smile you had? You didn't have that smile afterwards because you knew I was gonna get on you. What are we gonna do about these warrants, Counselor?
I would request that any outstanding warrants be recalled, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna recall the warrants, and what are we gonna do about arraigning her?
As to arraignment, I would waive any formal reading and request that not guilty pleas be entered on all charges.
All right, and ma'am, as for the misdemeanor cases, you understand the maximum possible penalty for these misdemeanors are 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines.
Okay.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 837 days over your client's head.
837 days.
Yes. Because I could choose to run all, if you got convicted, now that's upon conviction. If I can choose to run them all consecutively, if I chose to, that would be my discretion, whatever you pled to. But I'm sure that Mr. Sarah is probably gonna convince me not to do that. I don't know. We'll see what he's got.
Well, I'll certainly try, Judge. I'm looking for an offer for Ms. Lewis now.
And you're probably not gonna see an offer that's compatible with all of these infractions. So
Please
just like
don't. I take care of my mom. I can't do that.
I know, well, how old is your mom?
My mom is 65 and she's a amputee. She's a yeah, she has real bad diabetes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad she's still here with us.
Yes, she is.
You tell your mom that don't have any offense to me if we have to send you to the county jail for some time. All right, don't tell her don't be have any offense. Miss Lewis, I'm really just having a little fun at your expense. But you opened the door up. You and Miss Landers opened the door up for me to do that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, my docket shows that the fourth item, the no operator's license, is a show cause, and she's here voluntarily. And I know you've already recalled the warrants, but I would ask that you generously consider her being here voluntarily today.
He's already working. He just there he goes.
I mean, when they pulled me over, I told them I didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was a car that my mom had, and I had to take my kids to school. They already missing a lot of school because of the pandemic and anything else that I have going on in my life.
Well, thank you. Let's not do any more though right now, Ms. Lewis, because this is a trial.
There he goes. No, I told you what my mantra is bring the court to the community and the court to the classroom. And I understand, and what I said when I got this position back last year in May is that they assigned me to traffic court, and that's what the chief judge's discretion to put me where he wants to put me in district court 36. So he said, go to traffic court. And I really enjoy traffic court because my hope is that we try and get as many people a valid driver's license as we possibly can, because I understand that you have kids and you have your mom and that we came out of a pandemic and funds
I
might be a
actually
little.
want my license back. I need it for my mom.
Oh, I know, you just need it, period, but you especially need it, and you needed to stay out of jail.
Yes.
That's what you-
Yes.
Forget about that. All right, let's go off the record, let's go back on the record. Let's go back on the record with Ms. Landers. And Ms. Landers, I'm presented with an offer. But you didn't have these civil infractions on here.
No civil infraction. What's it?
Some
Real estate.
Yeah, I did.
You don't have to object, Your Honor,
I know.
especially since she.
Put your appearance on the record, Counsel.
Rudy Sarah, P 35720 on behalf of Ms. Landers.
Don J. Goss, P60162 on behalf of the people. Your Honor, I don't have to object.
I think we lost Ms. Landers.
By golly, I don't see her, Judge.
All right, maybe her device went out. All right, we'll pass the matter. All right, let's wait on an offer for you. Ms. Lewis.
Okay.
Let's see what Mr. Antoine Green has. Ms. Landers, none of her civil infractions are in default.
I have 3 greens on the docket, but none is Antoine.
What's your name, sir? Can you remove your hat, please? You gotta unmute your device, please.
Antoine Deshaun Green.
Not on my docket, Judge.
All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Antoine Deshaun Green, case number SP 125-126-4, count 1. Appearance for the record, please.
Rudy Sarah, P 35720 for Antoine Green.
State your name for the record, sir.
Antoine Deshaun Green.
All right, sir, what I'm gonna do is I am going to dismiss the matter. You paid 2 related civil infractions,
Yes.
all right?
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
I'm gonna dismiss the case based on, because you paid 2 related civil infraction, all right? Your case is dismissed, sir. Have a great day. You have
No
any questions?
objection.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now, I paid for the 2 silver infractions, which was no proof of insurance and driving without registration. But I had the proof of insurance and the registration. I don't know why I was forced to pay that. But I know I was driving without license because I've been trying to get my license for the past 20 years.
All right.
I have
So
a
let me-
job.
Hold on a second, sir. So let me say this. You're gonna have to chalk this up as a lesson in hiring a lawyer before you come to court. or at least setting a court date, but I suggest you hire a lawyer before you come to court. And this is the reason why I'm dismissing the cases too, because I understand that you are doing everything to position yourself to get a driver's license. So you're trying to get ahead of things, right? And you tried to pay what you can pay and then come to court because you couldn't pay that, you couldn't pay that other ticket. So, but when you just go out and pay civil infractions, so you can pay a civil infraction anytime. You don't need to court, you don't need to come to court for that. But keep in mind, when you pay that civil infraction, you're accepting responsibility so that you did what they said you did. So you're saying, hey, Judge, I have my insurance and I have my registration on that time. So by just going and paying it, you're contradicting what you actually had, not knowingly, because when you pay it, you're accepting the responsibility that, yeah, he's right. There's no dispute here. But that's why you always want to at least set a court date. And I always implore people to reach out and make a relationship with an attorney, because what does the relationship do? People say, hey, the attorney's too expensive, Judge, I can't afford them. Well, that's why I say make that relationship. That relationship says, if you make a relationship with Mr. Sarr, he's likely to say, listen, Mr. Green, I'm gonna charge you X amount of dollars. And with the relationship, you might say, well, Mr. Sarr, I can't afford all of that. He's like, well, maybe I'll give you a little bit of a deal because you've been a good client and I know you're gonna pay. Or maybe I'll let you take this and break this up into some different payments because I know you're gonna pay because we have a relationship. We're more than just meeting at the first time. I know that Mr. Green is a person that's gonna do what he says he's gonna do. So I just implore you to make those relationships with people. So I'm dismissing the case because I see you tried to go on. Now, the good part about your situation is you paid a no insurance proof and a no valid registration. Let me see. I'm gonna see if there's no insurance abstract. Yes, sir. Well, I want to just make sure for myself. Okay, so he's right. The no insurance abstracts to the Secretary of State. So it doesn't carry any points, but the Secretary of State, based on that abstraction, says, Mr. Green, we see he's been driving a car without a valid driver's license because he got this no insurance ticket, and that no insurance ticket is going to abstract to the Secretary of State. So they can say, we're going to further suspend your ticket for another X amount of days.
It's even worse than that, Your Honor.
Put your appearance on the record.
Dante Goss, on behalf of the people, when you plead to a civil infraction for no insurance, if you get another civil infraction with no insurance, the state fines you because you're not carrying insurance on the vehicle. So that's even worse than some of these other charges that we have. That's why civil, that case right there is a hard one to get around once you plead.
All right, so this is what I told you, and I want to bring the court to the community, the court to the classroom. So this is a little bit of education in the law.
I have no objections to any motion that his attorney might neighborhood matter.
So are you listening, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand where this is going, where this is going, and what position you're in now by trying to astutely you know what I always say, and I talked to somebody, a friend of mine yesterday we are directly opposite on most of our views, especially on political views. We're absolutely directly opposite, but we have a lot of conversation. We have some fun with it. But I say that 99% of the people in this world are good people. I truly believe that. There is a 1% that are just, that some people are just incorrigible. And my father always said, the penitentiary is made for some people. You see what I'm saying? But I believe, and that's that 1%, but I believe the rest of the 99%, they say bad things happen to good people and things like that. So I look at these cases in day to day, and you tell me, you say, hey, Judge, I've been trying to get my driver's license for 20 years. You know, I look at your history, at least in the 36th District Court, and I see some things on here, but you're here now, right? You're a working man. You put that stuff in the past, and everybody should have a chance to redeem whatever allegations or anything that's made by them. So we're here now. And what you did, you said, I'm paying this stuff up front. Let me get this out of the way. So based on what you just learned about paying a no proof of insurance ticket as well. So if that ticket was running a red light, if you paid that red light ticket, whatever, $135 or whatever, you would have gotten 3 points on your driver's license then. You see what I'm saying? But this no insurance is I'm being told that, and I'm learning that today myself, is that if you get another no insurance, then the Secretary of State is going to fine you because it's in the city of Detroit. I mean, in the state of Michigan, if you're going to operate a motor vehicle, whether it's somebody else's or anything, it's your responsibility to know that motor vehicle has at least the basic amount of coverage that the Michigan has, you know, that you have to have. So based on that, counselor, what would you like to do on your client's behalf?
What was the charge that's left, Judge, the civil infraction?
All right, I'm dismissing the misdemeanor, paint-related civil infraction.
Right.
What would you like to do for the no proof of insurance civil infraction?
I'd like to have a not guilty plea entered in a pretrial date given so that the defendant can return and try to negotiate a better deal.
Well, he's already paying. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
Do you want to set aside the responsible plea?
I would defer to the defendant, Mr. Green. You just heard that by pleading responsible, you're saying that you did it. Now that you understand that, do you prefer to assert that you did not do it? To withdraw your plea?
Let me say this, Counselor. Let me interject. Mr. Green has already admitted responsibility via paying the civil infraction.
Right.
Mr. Green wants to be able to rely on your expertise to set that responsible plea aside, because what I think Mr. Green is trying to say, and what the city attorney has already said, he won't object to any set aside, is that he understands that Mr. Green paid this unknowing the repercussions and without the advice of counsel.
And on that basis, I would ask that it be set aside.
I'm going to set aside the responsible plea for that no proof of insurance civil infraction. Now,
Your Honor, the offer would be expired plates.
all right. Now, sir, the offer today, now the case opens back up. All right. Now we're back to at least square one on the no insurance civil infraction. I've already dismissed the misdemeanor no license case because you still paid another related. She paid a no valid registration and the no proof of insurance civil infraction. So just dismiss. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dismiss the no proof of insurance civil infraction and we'll call it a day. And we're keeping that $25 you paid.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Judge.
All right, so let's go over the lesson though. First of all, just set court dates and just stay on top of it. Just set court dates. And then I just encourage and implore you to seek out an attorney, whether it's Mr. Sarah, whether it's anybody out there. There's plenty of we have a city here that's plenty very super competent lawyers. Seek out a relationship with them and reach out to them and see what it does so that you can make that relationship. All right, Mr. Green?
Yes.
All right. All right. And he said, well, you got a good problem. Well, thank the prosecutor too, because without he could have fought Mr. Sarah on that. All right, sir. If there's nothing further, sir, you have any questions?
I wanted to know what could I do to get my license now?
Well, you're going to have to go to Secretary of State.
Right.
You're gonna have to
But
go
I've been,
to-
that's when you asked me if I had any questions before you start giving me my lesson. I have been going to the Secretary of State, and every time I go down there, I take the test. When I get ready to take my picture, they keep talking about some type of hearing, some type of administrational hearing.
Okay, you're gonna have to get a lawyer, because that means that you have either more points on your license, or you had some kind of thing on your license that you know, I know that they have those hearings for drunk driving or something. And I don't know if you have a drunk driving at all, but they have those hearings, so you're gonna have to get a lawyer.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
You're gonna have to get a lawyer. But what I would do is you can go back to the Secretary of State and have them give you ask for a certified copy of your driving record. And that way, when you go see that lawyer, you can take that certified copy of your driving record to that lawyer, and that lawyer can it'll get him that he'll be able to look, he or she be able to look at that right away and should be able to see what needs to be done.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Have a great day, sir.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, let's go back on the record. Did Ms. Landers ever show back up?
She is back.
I thought Ms. Landers said, I'm not even dealing with him anymore.
I believe Katrina's iPhone is Ms. Landers.
Yeah, I believe so too. Ms. Landers, you hung up on me?
You're muted, ma'am. Ms. Landers, you have to unmute your device. We can't hear you.
All right, let's go to Ms. Lewis then,
All right.
and then we'll give Ms. Landers time to get her device together. All right, let's go back on the record with Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lewis, I do have an offer here for you. And her device is kind of slow too. Let's make sure this offer is incorporating everything. Is missing some on Ms. Lewis's offer, of those state offers or something? Yeah. Additional state matter? Right. Okay. Ms. Lewis, your offer is going to be pleading to the amended count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. That is a misdemeanor. I will fine you $240 for that, but I will dismiss that upon payment of the $240. And pleading to the improper plate, that's another $240 fine. I will dismiss that upon payment of the $240. And a no plate offense, ma'am, that is a civil infraction. And I think the no plate is $105 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Hold on. No. We'll just say no proof of registration unsigned, $105. You want to take that deal? The rest of the cases will be dismissed. And then you
Yes.
still owe some money on some other cases that you had. You want to take that deal, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to speak to Mr. Sarah regarding it? Are you fine with that?
No, I would like to speak to him.
All right, speak to him right quick. Speak to her right quick, Mr. Sarah. We'll put you in a breakout room and it's a.
Go into room 2, Judge.
Yep, go in the room, Ms. Lewis. All right. All right, Miss Landers, can you unmute yourself, please? Let's go back on the record. Oh no, that's
Yes, can you hear me?
yeah, you're coming in very distorted though. It doesn't seem like you have a good connection.
Are you able to hear me now, Judge?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you now.
Okay, one able to hear me now.
So you didn't just hang up on me then, huh, Ms. Landers? I think it might be best for her to come back in the morning, huh?
Ms. Lewis is prepared to take the deal, Your Honor, but has questions about payment plans.
Okay, very well. Ms. Landers, come back tomorrow morning when you're off work and your connection is better, okay?
Okay.
Come back tomorrow morning when your connection is better, all right?
Wow.
Bad. It's bad. All right. Let's go back on the record with Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lewis, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel in the breakout room, and it's my understanding that you want to take the offer now.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, ma'am. Ma'am, do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're gonna give up that trial right?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
All right, now, let me draw your attention back to September the 1st, 2021, at around 5:18 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Whittier and Lake Point, ma'am. On that day and time, did you have an occasion, or around that day and time, did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Actually, I was coming back from over that area from the dialysis clinic. So that's
That's a
the
yes
one.
for me?
Yes, and I was on Whittier, and that dialysis clinic is on Whittier and Kelly.
All right. So on that date and time, did that officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license?
Actually, no, because my mom, he let us like sit to the side and just waited till a person that had license come get us.
So at some point, he had to ask you, or he had to go take your
Yeah,
ID.
he did. He did.
See if
He
you had a
did.
valid license. You know that you gotta be on the road with a valid license, right?
Yes, I do.
And you didn't have a valid driver's license on that day, did you?
No, sir.
Very well. Are you satisfied, counselor?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, I'm satisfied as well. That little process, all right, let's also say, on that date and time, ma'am, you were operating a 2003 Honda white in color?
Yes, it is. I junked that.
All right, and that Honda, that officer also asked you to produce some valid insurance on that vehicle, didn't he? Or she?
No, I didn't have insurance.
And, okay, well, whether the officer asked you or not, you know you gotta have insurance. So you didn't have that insurance, ma'am, to produce. So I'm satisfied on the plea for the amended count of improper plates, counselor. Are you satisfied?
There is a sufficient factual basis, yes.
Thank you. And what we just did, ma'am, was in order for you to plead guilty, you have to admit to what is alleged, because these are allegations. Just an officer just said you did something. That doesn't make it the truth.
Right.
You have to take it that step further and admit responsibility. And the only way that I know, but I'm just saying that that's what those questions were all about. You know what I mean? Is a procedure, is a process, and we have to get this all documented down. So I'm gonna find you guilty of the amended count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. I'll fine you $240 for that. And I'm gonna find you guilty to the amended count of improper plates. And I'm gonna fine you $240 for that. Both of those tickets I'll dismiss upon payment. And then ask for the responsible plea, counselor, when your client stipulate to the face of the ticket as an accurate factual basis for the responsible plea.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
All right, with that stipulation, I'm gonna find you responsible for the no plate, no registration, however you want to say it, and I'm gonna fine you $105 for that. And then with the stipulation of probable cause, I'm gonna dismiss all of the other matters.
We do stipulate the probable cause.
You see how quick he said that, ma'am?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis, that just means that we're agreeing that the police had some reasonable basis to give you the tickets. That's all it means.
Okay.
And it means it seals that dismissal. So all of these other cases are dismissed and you're getting a very good deal today, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Judge.
All right. Now, ask for the, okay, let's deal with what's affecting your client's license. All right, I'm gonna dismiss those matters. Ask for 1155-14651 and 1141-89931. You owe $16 on one and $116 on the other. That seems like what's holding your license now.
Okay. So you said $16?
You owe $16 for 1141-89931. No, I'm not. I'm just saying what's holding your license up.
Right, exactly.
89931 and 1155-14651. $16 and $116. That's It sounds like,
$132.
It sounds like $132.
Yep.
If you pay that immediately, then you'll be able to get clearances here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about when you're gonna pay this other stuff.
Ooh, the 585? Because I just added that up.
Yeah, you got it, 585, you got it. Look at her. She got that stuff up right quick, isn't she?
Yeah, I did. Because I need it for my mom. I'm serious.
I know, you need it for your mom and you need it for yourself.
Yes, definitely.
All right, when can you pay?
I actually don't have, like I said, I'm taking care of my mom. I quit my job beginning of the year because I had COVID. Beginning of last year because I had COVID. And I was working with the healthcare facility, so I'm not working right now. So I was asking, can I get put on a payment plan?
All right. I'm not gonna supervise a payment plan. I can get you to the payment plan people.
Okay.
But what I can do is I can give you some time
Okay.
and you can make your best efforts to pay this.
Okay. So I can break it off, like just pay it up, but I can break it.
What I want you to do is I want you to think about a date that you'll have it all paid off. That's why I say I'm not going to supervise the payment. Now, how you come in and pay it is how you choose to come in and pay. But
okay.
Or I can get you to the payment plan people. What do you want to do?
Because I need this done. I really need this done. So let's do the payment plan.
I don't know how.
I don't have a number. No, you have-
I got a number.
Okay.
I have it upstairs.
Good afternoon, Carmilla.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Wilson. This is Judge Perkins.
How are you today?
I'm very well. I hate to call you right on the spot like that. I saw your email that you sent me. But I have a defendant here, Mrs. Lewis, who wants to get on a payment plan.
Okay.
How do I get her to the necessary place and what do I do as far as dates and stuff like that? Typically what I do is I allow them to set a date from where I don't supervise payment plans. I just tell them what's the date that that you feel that you can have this all paid off, and I allow them to do that.
Okay.
She wants a little supervision. And so I told her I would get her to the payment plan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what we do down here is once you make the referral for someone, people can actually come in off the street as well. But if you're sending someone and you want to be really specific about their payment plan, then you can do your clerk can do a referral that tells us how strict you want it to be, or what you want, what your idea is for that individual. Otherwise, if you did not do that, if you send the person to the collections unit, what we would do is we would look at the total. They are required to put down 45%, and that's another thing that you can make a recommendation on if you think it should be lower, or you want to start them off with a certain amount. You just let us know. but we usually take 25%. If the person can't do that, we do have a little bit of leeway to work with them. And then we calculate the balance of what's owed and we break it down into equal payments over a certain period of time. So for most cases, it's not going to go over about the rate of 6 months, depending on the amount. But when there are people with multiple cases and they're in, let's say they have over $1,000, it may stretch a little beyond a year or about.
So let me sum this up just quickly. You're giving me, I have the discretion to either force them to 25% up front or whatever I deem necessary, right?
Correct.
And then other than that, if I don't have any input on that, and then does that go in the referral? Or does that do I just put that down under the in the ROA that when they're going to payment plan?
We usually don't put that information in the on the payment plan, but what your clerk has access to is the collections referral email address. So if you make a referral, we get a copy of that automatic. It automates to our area.
All right, and just so that I know, what is my clerk just emails the defendant's name and information, or is there a form sheet that she can fill out?
The form, there is a form. It's down in the collections unit, and it's the financial application. Now, we don't generally deny anybody, but they still complete all of the financial information. So in the event that they do default, we have their contact information. We know their employer, so that if they're defaulting.
Yeah.
We would do the wage assignment and all those things.
All right, so I just wanted to give the understanding now, if I don't fill a form out, is it just the email address and put it in the email or something to the collection?
Nope. You would just send them to the collection unit.
And do I have a number to send them out at, or can they call, or do they have to come in?
They can do it either way. So they would either come into 117, and now we have the ability for them to fill out the application online. So they could go to the 36th District Court website and they could complete the application there. It's submitted to the collections unit. Once one of the clerks receive it, they make contact with the defendant.
All right, now can they call too if they don't have a device to, what's the number?
We are at 313-965-3835.
All right.
Yep, and that's directly to the collections unit.
And if my clerk wanted to send an email address, what's the email address?
She would send it to one of us specifically. And you know what? If you give me your clerk's name, I'll send both you and her information sheet.
Very well, that's great. All right, my clerk is Miss Sonia Nash.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right, thank you so much.
So I'll give that information over to you guys so that you can just kind of see what it looks like.
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate that information.
No problem.
All right, have a great day.
You too.
All right. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
I was trying to hear back some of it, what she said, but yeah, I got majority of it.
So here's what it is. You can enter into the collection payment plan. They typically want a 25% upfront on the payment plan. And then they're going to give you, anywhere from 3 months to up to a year, depending on how much it is and how much your financial information that you had. You can sit back right now and you can say, Judge, if you give me 60 days, or if you give me X amount of days to pay this off, I'll take those days. Then if you don't pay it off by then I'm going to force you to go to collections. What would you like to do, Ms. Lewis?
You know what? I'm gonna go with you on this one. I'm gonna give me 60 days. I should be able to have that paid off.
All right, I'm gonna give you till June the 16th.
Day before my birthday,
I'm talking about June the 10th. When is your birthday?
June 17th.
Well, you can pay us before you buy that expensive birthday present. I'm gonna give
Oh,
you
I
till
don't
June.
even buy.
I'm gonna give you till June the 10th. I'm gonna set
It won't be
for
no
June.
Chanel.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be. You know it. I don't know. Hey, you know something though, Miss Lewis, listen. Anything can happen from now till June 10th. You can hit that Mega Million and you'll be buying Chanel all day long if you wanted to.
And
So-
if I hit that Mega Million, I'm gonna straight out reach out to you so I can get your wife that Chanel purse that you was looking at.
Go through the closet, see if you have a Chanel. If you do, sell it. You can pay all your fines.
Right. I wish I did have it.
I believe you know something. Listen, Miss Lewis. I loved your positive attitude when you came in here, and you come in here with that real positive attitude, despite the hurdles that you have in life and things like that. And I just admire that, and I appreciate that. You keep that good infectious attitude, that good infectious smile, and that positive attitude. You continue to take care of your mom and do for her, and good things are gonna come to you. You understand me?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so I'm gonna give you till June the 10th, and like I told Ms. Landers, I'm gonna work with you as well too. I would like to see you get this paid off by June 10th, so we don't even have to worry about collection. But you're gonna come in, we're gonna have a conversation at that time, and we'll see where you're at. All right?
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing. The first $132, you need to pay those 2011 cases. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I definitely am.
And the sooner you pay that, then the sooner you will be able to go to, because that's the only thing holding you up as far as the city of Detroit and 36th District Court is concerned with the state of Michigan. These other cases, as long as you come back on June the 10th, then we can work, all right?
Okay. At what time? I didn't get the time. I'm sorry.
8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Good luck.
Ms. Landers, that device is just not acting right.
Start video, Alt plus B. List item.
Is it acting right now?
Activate. Stop video.
Can you say that again?
Stop video, Alt plus
All right,
B.
it's better. All right, we're back on the record with Miss Katrina Landers. Can you turn the radio off there, ma'am?
Alt plus B. List item.
I don't have a radio on.
Press search plus space to activate.
I'm getting background from somewhere, Judge.
I'm getting background.
It could have been my computer. I don't know. For some reason,
The GPS.
yeah, the talk thing is on. Once I push on the screen and say stop video, start video, it's talking for it.
Okay. All right. So the offer for you is quite a generous one as well. And the offer for you is to plead to two of these, three of these, hold on. Two misdemeanors and one civil infraction.
So I didn't know it was any more tickets still on there. I knew about one when I called into the Secretary of State. They said it was one because I was trying to get my license. I know last year I had sent like almost 1,300, and it really didn't do no justice to my tickets though. But I did send like 1,300 last year, and I was calling to try to see what could I do to get my license back. But when I talked to the Secretary of State, they said even if I was to still pay the one ticket that's on my record, I still wouldn't be able to get my license to the end of this year, December. And I really been working on this like for these last couple years. Like I'm growing up, and not having my license is stopping me from doing a lot right now.
Yeah. Those are kind of things that, what do they say? The youth is wasted on the young.
But
And,
look, I got all my tickets when I was young, and I was never really taught to pay your ticket off. And the
listen,
for these tickets, and I went, and the I had another court date. I had missed the wrong court date. I went to a court date that wasn't my court date and missed my court date. So that's what messed me up. But if you look back, I think it was just in the beginning of this year that I had a court date and I was in the wrong court. So that's what kind of like got me there. And then when I went to my court, it was too late.
No. That's not what messed you up.
Huh?
Let me tell you, that's
No,
not
I'm
what messed
saying like when I had court, I went to the wrong court date. So,
I know. But let me tell you, Ms. Landers, you know, I like to keep it real, right? And what messed you up is you didn't just miss one court date. You've been missing court dates for years.
Yeah, see, I was living with someone else.
You said it. Listen, you said it. You said it. And you said really the words, what you say, you have to put action to what you say, right? You know, but you said it. You said it is because I was young. Because I was young and you're growing up now. You see what I'm saying? And I got kids. My daughter is probably close to your age, maybe a year and a half younger than you. And I got a few younger. But I realized, and I was that age myself, and I didn't have the best driving record and things like that. But the most important thing is that you're saying now that all of this stuff, because I was young, and we had a conversation about bond, and we had a conversation about the elements of bond and what the court looks at. And I told you, I'll let you put the past in the past, but you have to show me that, yes, that was just because I was young, Judge, and I'm going to be more responsible, because that's what it's all about, being responsible.
Honestly, it was. I didn't know anything growing up. So, like,
I got you. And some of us have to learn. Some of us have to learn the hard way, right? But the fact of the matter is, if you're willing to learn, and if you're willing to work, then you will overcome this stuff. I guarantee that. Now, it might take you a little bit of time, but you will overcome this stuff, all right? And the prosecutor is taking you a long way into overcoming this, because the offer today is pleading to the improper plate, $240, the failure to display, that's an amended count, failure to display a valid driver's license, another $240, and then the disregarding an officer's signal. That is.
What does that mean, disregarding the offer?
That means that the officer at some point in the area of Bentler and Santa Clara on the date of May 27, 2020 at around 3:20 p.m., that means the pedestrian disobeyed officer signal. That means you were walking somewhere. No. You were operating a 2008 Chrysler. This is what the allegation said. And the officer either told you to stop, or the officer had its lights on and blocked off the street, and you went past it or something.
I never been in that kind of situation, like ever with an officer. So I'm not really sure why would I plead to that, because I never disregard an officer. Like that never happened ever.
Disobeying the lawful order of an officer.
Well, I'm not really sure on that. I can plead to the other two, but
so
that one kind of confuses
domestic
me.
Violence, the comments in the remarks, counselor, are domestic violence, felony arrest, failure to.
And can you tell me where was this located at again?
I'm telling you, in the area.
Bentler and where?
Bentler and Santa Clara. It
Okay.
was a hold on, man, listen.
Okay.
It was a domestic violence felony arrest and a failure to put on a mask.
Yeah, I remember that. They was taking me to jail, so yeah, I remember that.
All right,
I
so
remember.
that's gonna be, that is a misdemeanor, and that's gonna be another $240. That is gonna be amended to disorderly conduct, counselor, so that's 240, 240, and 240. And the rest of the tickets will be dismissed except for the civil infractions that are in default that I didn't set aside. You'll have to pay those. I'll waive the warrant fee and you'll pay the reinstatement fees.
So
you want to take that deal, ma'am?
Before I take that deal, when you say other tickets like civil infractions, how much does that cost?
I don't know. It's going to cost what it's going to cost. We need to have Mr. Boss. We need to have Mr.
It say my record is only one ticket on there, but now when I'm in court, it's still other tickets. It's like there never was removed.
Other tickets. Mr. Goss, are you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's put your appearance on the record, please.
Dante Goss on behalf of the people.
All right, for ticket number SP 1086080, counts 1, 2, and 3. I'm inclined to set aside the default in those tickets. Those tickets were had during the pandemic. And let's see if any other ones were had during that time. No. And I believe you wanted to be heard on that.
Yes, Your Honor, I would object to that. Ms. Landers has a history of not coming to court on any of her matters. And just because it was just pandemic, she should not get the courtesy of having her cases reinstated just because of the pandemic. And she has a history of not coming to court, Your Honor, to handle her matters.
Counselor?
Your Honor, she's here today to handle her matters. I think that she's trying to get the matter taken care of. As far as the failure to wear a mask charge, Judge, I think that there's been a lot of controversy with regard to those orders. And I thought that there had been a court decision that those would not be enforceable anymore. But I'm unclear, though, on the domestic violence arrest that you mentioned. That's not on my docket. Can you clarify for me?
That was the underlying issue. That's how the officers involved.
Okay, so that domestic violence case was adjudicated and that was out of this, what I believe out of this same Perkins. Did we lose her again?
Okay.
No, Lawrence's iPhone. We're not gonna have anybody else come in now. So 5/28/2020, and this other ticket was where was that other ticket? And that was 5/27/2020. So for some reason, there's two different dates in there, one after the other. I don't have the same officer, but no matter what if you can show, here's the deal. Yeah, if that ticket was dismissed, if those tickets were being dismissed for failure to wear a mask, then I need to find some authority on that, because that is a admitted to disorderly conduct that is going to be a misdemeanor on a record, and that's not going to be taken under advisement.
Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken, she had another U ticket.
I don't see another U ticket at all.
Okay, well, let me come back to the courtroom.
And I'm not prepared to dispute what you said, Judge, in terms of the mask. I don't have that authority in front of me. I'm operating on memory, and in my case, that is sometimes not the best policy. So.
Well, what I would do is I would give, Ms. Landers an opportunity to, be heard. But what I'm gonna do, no matter what, is I'm gonna grant a motion to set aside the defaults.
Okay.
And the reason being is because I've routinely done that in every case that's come in front of me. The pandemic was hopefully a once in a lifetime thing for us. And I'm not, and the courts were closed, and there was a lot of stuff going on at that time, and everything was closed. So I'm not gonna expect that even if Mrs. Landers wanted to come in, she couldn't. So she is here today, and I'm gonna give her the same deference that I give everybody else.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Landers, are you still there?
My audio.
Yes, I'm still here, and thank you.
List item. List. With 4 items.
So,
Press search plus space to activate. Zoom.
coming back to the court now,
My audio.
to
Alt
look
plus
at the
A.
file
List
again,
item. List.
I don't see a
4 items.
anywhere in Ms. Landers.
Press search plus space to activate. Zoom.
I mean, that's not even been written under a huge ticket.
My audio. Alt plus A. List item. List. With 4 items. Press search
And I
plus
did
space
set
to
aside
activate.
the law.
Mute. Button. Mute my audio. Alt plus A. Item. List. With 4 items. Chromebox menus. Search the menus. Search. Quick to search the menus. Use the up and down arrows to cycle through results. Use the left and right arrows to adjust via controls. Dialog. Post attendee. Zoom. Zoom. Detroit
The
36.
defaults are failure to signal, drove in an unsafe manner, drove doing due care and caution. Without due care and caution. So did you get pulled over 2 days in a row, ma'am?
I was in jail during that time, so I couldn't get pulled over 2 days in a row. I was in jail. They sent me to jail that same day. But the thing that happened, and I was trying to explain to the officers.
Here, explain it to the counselor.
That happened that day. I will not lie. Like, I was.
No, explain it to the counselor.
Huh?
Explain it to.
You said it.
Johnny, find the breakout room, please.
Room 2.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
as they join the breakout room, I have to take about a 10-minute recess.
Okay.
Okay.
Court is in recess. Join that breakout room, counselor, and listen to Ms. Landers, whatever she wants to say. The offer. Yeah. Shannon did. This time, Ms. Nash,
Huh?
I'm here with you late today.
It's no fun, though.
Yeah, I don't mind, but I know how you feel. You're good. So, all day, hold on.
Ready, Judge?
We're waiting on the court reporter. I just read off, I mean.
No, because I know our policies. I'm trying to, I'm certain.
I can't remove her from the room. So you have to go back in there and get her out of the room.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Usually has a main session. I don't have that now.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Thank you. So, let me just say, okay. So, right now, limited access, on which one of those districts, on the, just writing on there, so we'll just be limited access on. ST 108-6080.
Turning to main session ellipsis.
Right. Whenever the court reporter comes back, we'll put this on the record.
Okay.
All right, so I believe they'll take that failure to wear a mask under delayed sentence, and they'll drop the FTD.
Judge, I'm sorry, I may be confused. It's been a long day, but based on my conversations with Ms. Landers, she's telling me that she's not guilty to the charges that we're talking about. And I think we need to enter not guilty pleas and get her a return date. I see 2 of these were down for hearing, but not formal hearing. I explained to her if it's a formal hearing, the officers have to be here. But we've been talking, going round and round. And the bottom line is, I'm hearing that she's not guilty.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give Ms. Landers a trial date. And when we get back on the record, we'll put it back on the record.
Very good.
But Ms. Landers, the one thing, and if I can give you a little advice just in life, is you have to start doing a little more listening. All right? And not reacting. And I know people have a lot of passion, and I'm one of those persons. My mom always used to tell me, Sean, you got to learn how to play the game. And that used to just set me off through the roof. Like, I'm not playing a game here. I am serious.
Exactly.
She says, see, you don't know how to play the game. So what I, you know, if you, just a little bit of advice in life, instead of reacting, we don't have to challenge everything, or there's a way to challenge things. But instead of reacting, just listen. And sometimes you don't want to react at all, especially when it comes to a police officer that he knows you've been driving without a license. He knows that he says you were speeding and all this. It's like it can only get worse before it gets better. But sometimes when you, like my kids, I'll be mad, and my oldest daughter, she's got to win. She's got to get the last word. And that probably comes from me because my mom used to tell me I did the same thing. And it just doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the parent, and it's my house. She thinks it should be a democracy in there, and it's not a democracy. This is my house, and these are my rules. But my other kids, my one daughter, she's real good. I'll be mad and I'll say something to her, and you know what she'll do? She'll just sit there and she won't say a word. And I just run out of gas. I can't say nothing no more. You see what I'm saying? Because if I keep on going, then I'm basically being the problem, right? So she just sit there and won't say a word. And I'll be like, oh man, all right, it's over with, you know. So you gotta sit back and, don't react all the time. Mr. Starr, that P number that you see, P35720. All the lawyers look at P numbers when they talk to somebody. My P number, and every lawyer gets a P number. My P number is P76934. So just by me telling Mr. Sarr that, he knows that he's been in this game probably 3 decades longer than I have. And I know he has. So now, does that mean that he's any better than the next lawyer or anything like that? No. But does that mean that he's seen a lot of stuff? And when I say a lot of stuff, he's seen a lot of stuff. He's heard a lot of stuff. So you sit back and you're like, well, you know, and just in life. Do you have any kids?
4.
You got 4 kids. Which one of those kids is like you and wants to challenge everything?
Gosh. My 3-year-old son and my baby girl I just had, she just turned 1.
And you haven't even got it yet. Wait till they get to be teenagers.
The 7-year-old, he's a handful right now. But my 11-year-old, he's the goodest one to me.
He's the one like my middle daughter, she just say, hey, don't say nothing. So do you see where we're coming from with that?
Yes.
What do they say? Back in my day, they say take a chill pill. And just, hey, listen. Listen to what your lawyer has to say. Listen to what the judge is saying to you. But we're going to give you a trial date, whenever Miss Williams Law gets back, we're going to give you a trial date, June
So
the
this is the
21st,
thing.
2022 at 9 a.m.
This is the thing. This trial date, can it come from a misdemeanor to like a felony or anything like that?
No, this is all misdemeanor stuff, ma'am.
Okay, because I just don't want to mess with my certification.
Pleading not guilty to a misdemeanor does not get you charged with a felony.
No.
Okay.
It's some prosecutors that would like to do that.
Safe to say, this is what I'm asking because of the charges that. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The charges that you guys brought up today, I just don't want that to be on my record because at the end of the day, like the nursing homes and stuff like that, they look at these things.
All right. So, and what I'll say to that, and the only
So
thing I
I'm
can
really
say,
afraid because it can go either way, and I never been through a trial situation. So.
okay, only thing I can say to that is, ma'am, is that it can go either way.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. But that's another, remember we talked about the past, and the past comes like one of the lawyers told me, brilliant lawyer, brilliant. He told me I was talking to him about a situation that was personal to me, and he just looked at me and he says, you know something, Sean, that's what you left in your wake. You know how a boat goes through, and after the boat passes through, then the waves are go for a long time behind it, and then the bigger the boat, the bigger the wake, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you're swimming in that water and that boat passes you, then it could put you in some real serious trouble. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what comes of the irresponsibility of your youth. And what you want to do is on the date of trial, Mr. Goss will be here, I'm sure. You'll have another very good lawyer. Maybe it may be Mr. Sarah, maybe not. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak with them. And you'll have an opportunity to I try to give each and everybody the opportunity to put their story on the record so that every case is supposed to be judged independent. So I've already learned a lot about you already. And I try to remember that Miss Nash thinks I'm an elephant. She thinks I can remember everything for the last 50 years, but that's not the case. But anyway, I do try to remember everybody's story, but at the very least, I try to give you an opportunity to let your story be heard. You're going to do that with your counselor in a private room without talking, and then we'll come back and we'll get some kind of resolution. What the resolution is, I don't know, but keep in mind that if you're going to take a plea to some of this stuff, it's going to have some consequences to it. Unless you can beat all this stuff at trial, which you could maybe, I don't know. If you can beat all this stuff, then you don't have any other consequences. But at the end of the day, think about that moving forward in life is to being more responsible and to, that's what you leave in your, those are the things you leave in your wake. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I can say. Another thing I can say is that the true test of a person, and this is coming from a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King, who's over here posted to my right. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna quote it exactly, but the true test of a person is not when things are all good and glory, how they react and how they live their lives, but in times of adversity. And you're in a time of adversity, and hopefully this is the most in life that you will ever have to deal with. Probably not, because this is not, probably not, but this is what it is right now. So the true test of that person, and you saw Hustle and Flow. Did you see Hustle and Flow? He said, he's talking to his girl, said, the true test of a man, and he says, I don't mean man as in man or woman, I mean man as in man. You remember that part? So that's just a little joke. That's just a little joke there. But that's what it is. Go ahead.
I want to know that the domestic violence case is closed or whatever.
Yeah, domestic violence. Well, I got a felony disorder. Yeah. All right, let's go back on the record. Are we back on Ms. Williams Law?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's go back on the record, Ms. Detrina DeSandra Landers. All right, as far as the counselor wants to know about the domestic violence, and here I'm going to give you this. We'll close it out with this. The domestic violence was dismissed
I served time and they said they was going to remove some of my tickets. I'm sorry. I just wanted
to tell you, Miss Landers.
You're right.
All right. Just keep all that stuff, and when you get a chance to say something, you better write it down. Write it down. So the domestic violence was dismissed without prejudice on 7/31/2020. So basically 2 months after the case was had. She indicates that she did serve some time in the county jail. We'll figure out how much. If you have proof of that, ma'am, bring that to court next time. And
I don't think I have any more proof because I didn't want to hold on to it. You know what? No, I just threw it away. I had the wristband, but I was in the holding facility, and then they took me to Wayne County.
All right, and how much time did you do?
I went to jail Wednesday. I think it was on a Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, and I got out that Monday morning.
So you did about 5 days or so. It would serve you best to to gather proof of that. And you can probably call Wayne County Jail. I know they got records of that. So what I'm gonna do, and then make sure your attorney knows on June the 21st, is there a way we can get her a sooner court date than this? So we gotta ask Ms. Nash, and she's right on the spot. She says she sees that, let's get her a sooner court date so she doesn't have to wait so long. Thank you, Ms. Nash.
Is it gonna be like a trial or just a regular?
Yeah, let's get it as soon as possible.
You wanna come back tomorrow?
Yeah, like, if we don't need a trial.
If we do a pre-trial tomorrow, come back tomorrow so we can work something out.
Come back in the morning, all right? You don't have to work in the morning. That way we can spend more time with this. Mr. Sarr, go ahead, go ahead. Any other
What time in
questions?
the morning?
8:30.
Okay.
8:30.
Thank
All right,
you.
Mr. Sarr, we're gonna set it for a pre-trial date. We'll leave whatever offer we have open right now. And I don't even think we've come to a conclusive thing. I mean, let's set it for a pre-trial tomorrow morning.
Okay, what about the current charges we was talking about before this came up?
But all of them are gonna be set up for tomorrow. We'll enter not guilty pleas on her behalf, and we'll set it for a pre-trial tomorrow morning.
Okay, and so what are you saying that I'm going to trial for even the?
No, pre-trial, we're gonna continue to allow you to continue the negotiations before we set a trial date, all right?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna allow you to continue the negotiations, so nothing's gonna transpire, you haven't pled to anything, all of them are just allegations still, and we'll come back tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank
you. All right? April 12th, 2022, get here first thing in the morning at 8:30, so I can get you out.
Do I log in from the same number?
Same ID.
Okay.
Have a great day, ma'am.
Very briefly, Ms. Landers, you made it clear today that your goal is not to get a criminal record. Be sure to mention that to the lawyer tomorrow.
Okay.
Be sure they know that whatever the deal is that you work out, what you would like to do is get a deal where you don't have a criminal record.
Right.
And it may mean pleading guilty. It may mean you have to wait a year to get expungement. Just make sure the lawyer knows that's your objective.
Yeah, because that's my fear right now. Like, I love my job. I love what I do. And I don't wish to do anything to.
Let them know that. Let them know.
It's kind of like it's right now is like it's really because I don't know nothing about the system, but I know people go through it. So it's like I don't want to make no mistakes or just being like, okay, I agree to it or I don't. I just but it's scary.
Come back Friday. Come back
in the
Friday
morning, right?
No, come back. But we're not open Friday.
Good Friday.
Huh?
Good Friday.
It's good Friday.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. So tomorrow. Come back Thursday. Come back Thursday. Thursday. All right.
So don't come back. Don't come back tomorrow morning.
No, come back Thursday morning, April the 14th. I got Mr. Boffman in on Thursday morning, counselor, and since you're not going to be here, I just know Mr. Boffman is going to take particular care, and not to say that the other lawyers won't. I just know that Mr. Boffman is. I want to see her represented by Mr. Boffman.
I agree, Judge.
Thursday morning, okay?
Okay, thank you guys.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, ma'am, and I'll see you in Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m., all right?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. See you then.
All right, have a great day.
You too as well.